listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Hello Ladies After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Hello Ladies After Show.
Hello, everyone. You are watching the Hello Ladies After Show on AfterBuzz TV. We're doing Episode 8, Season 1, The Drive, and my name is Jillian Leff. So excited. I know we always talk about how it's Ladies' Night here, but it is officially Ladies' Night because we have a panel full of wonderful ladies and 2 familiar faces. Before I introduce them, I want to introduce my lovely co-host, Kylie.
Oh, you're too kind. Thank you, Jillian.
And then we have 2 amazing actresses from the show. We have Jennifer Peo.
Hello.
And we have Crista Flanagan. Yay! Ladies, thank you for joining us. Oh, perfect. Yeah, thank you for the applause, Bill. So this was the season finale. Sadsies.
Ho-hum.
Came and gone so fast. You know, it was a very quick sort of season. We don't know the future for the show yet, but this was a great episode. Again, called The Drive. We open up the episode where Stuart is sort of talking to Rory about Kimberly.
He's showing her off.
He is.
And he does it throughout the whole episode.
Yes.
And he's tempting him with pictures of her naked in a bathtub and then yelling at him for thinking about her naked.
But you know what? Stuart's really in it for her personality, guys.
Absolutely.
You know, like he talks about how she likes books and she really likes documentaries.
Yeah. With aliens,
Yes,
right?
as she's standing next to a car half naked.
Yeah.
Basically like sucking on a hose.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, casual.
Gotta pay her way through college, you know?
So this whole idea of going on a date with Kimberly has already gone to Stuart's head. Clearly, you know, he sort of got a taste of it with the text message picture saying in the last episode, you know, hey, can't wait to see you. Let's hang. Looking for the nice guy. And he obviously takes advantage of it with Rory. Then it cuts to Jessica and Glenn, who I know that Kylie and I have sort of like struggled with this dynamic throughout the entire show. What are your thoughts on Jessica and Glenn?
It makes me crazy, and I think that I don't know how you could have another opinion now after you've seen the finale. You may go back and forth throughout the first 7 episodes, but I just hate it now, you know?
Well, and we've always referred to Glenn as Glenn the douche.
Yes.
And I think this is a perfect episode to verify that he is indeed a douche.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about it, Oriana, Kylie, and I. By the way, Oriana's so sad she can't be here tonight. She is out with a bad headache, but we're holding down the fort. We've talked about how we sort of probably have, dated guys, known guys named Glenn.
Everyone's had a Glenn.
And I sort of feel bad for Jessica because she's sort of craving this relationship and she really doesn't have anybody. And it's so difficult for her.
Well, I thought when he was working and then he comes there and he tells her, you booked, like, I've been on the phone all day because you booked, this job or whatever, and you're so excited. And I thought, okay, he's finally like changing. He's like going to be the good guy. Like, and then the end we see he's never going to change. And it was just like, ugh. And I almost wanted Stuart to say something.
I think for the sake of her feelings in that moment, though, it wasn't the nicer
right time.
of him.
Yeah.
And another thing about Jessica is we refer to Jessica and Stuart throughout the season as being reachers. They're always reaching for things that it's out of their league. And I think with Jessica and Glenn, it's like she knows he's not the right person for her, but she's, like you said, desperately wanting this relationship dynamic, and he's the closest thing she can get to it. So unfortunately, she's setting herself up for disaster.
Yeah.
And he's her agent.
Yeah,
Which
also
is
a
like
really stupid move.
Yeah. It's just a terrible dynamic.
I mean, then we sort of cut to Stuart still trying to identify with Glenn. Throughout this whole season, he's been this like weird, you know, like he's trying to relate to the construction workers by going to Long Beach with them, and he's trying to relate to the model agent because he wants to get in with the models. Like, he is very quick to change who he is for other people. So when he's joking with Glenn about, you know, oh, I'm seeing a model and I'm dating a model, and Rory's just like sort of feeding into it because I feel like Rory, you know, Rory looks up to Stuart in a weird way.
Yeah,
totally.
bless his heart. Yeah. But he needs to look up to somebody else.
By the way, the actor that plays Rory, I heard he absolutely killed it on Saturday Night Live last night. I haven't checked it out. But yeah, he is.
I haven't seen it.
He is one of the newest cast members of SNL.
Kyle Mooney,
Good for him.
I know. So he had this, and then he got that. He's doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah.
So after that whole sort of like awkward exchange with Glenn, we do find out that the group is sort of coming together, and they're going to go out to sort of celebrate Jessica. And one of the greatest moments, and I know that all of the ladies in the room were totally freaking out when we realized that Jessica was stopping in to Amelia's birthday party.
Oh.
Okay, so I have been like so free to call Amelia a bitch this entire season. I'm like, you're an awful person. You make her feel like crap. So it was the best feeling for Jessica to sit down and be like, I got you a little something, sweetie.
I want you to think of me.
Yeah, think of me every time you use this bag.
Okay, so you guys are working actresses. Have you ever encountered people like that?
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay,
That
maybe
makes me very sad.
without identifying people and giving too much away, can you guys tell us a little bit, maybe a horror story that you can think of off the top of your head?
Do you still have a rivalry with somebody? I mean, this is like an ongoing thing with Jessica and Amelia.
I mean, theirs is, I think, you know, to the extreme.
That's right,
and it
right.
just makes you cringe because I think we've all had, like, bits of those things happen. So that relationship in this show is the most uncomfortable one for me.
Well,
Yeah.
somebody
Like,
that's
oh my
sort
gosh.
of typed the same. They're at the same auditions.
Yes.
Although, I mean, I don't know. I see them as completely different, but I guess it's just because I'm thinking of the characters on the show. But I guess maybe they sort of on a piece of paper, they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
But just that whole, I mean, I loved that storyline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Throughout the entire show. So
And what an amazing job, you know, Christine and Jenny are doing.
Oh.
You know.
Kevin
That has
touched
to be so much
on
fun.
Yeah.
last week when we had Kevin Wiseman on the show with us. He touched on how he loves that Jenny is able to play such a hateable character so well, and he said that a lot of actors don't ever want to be hated.
Yes.
And she does it really well, and
Yeah.
I'd agree. I think she just nails that character on the head.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the subtleties it's perfect.
And when Jessica gave this gift to Amelia, I just had a flashback immediately of, I think it was the first episode when we first meet Amelia. She's bragging about how she's jet lagged because she just got back from Australia on that Brad Pitt movie. And I thought, oh, Jessica's falling into, she's one-upping her. She's falling into that cycle of being as nasty as the nasty girl. But it still made me so happy that she was getting her bite.
Exactly.
we were waiting for it. It wouldn't have been tied nicely with a bow.
right.
No.
If the Amelia exchange didn't happen. So I'm happy about that. We also see that Wade is sort of, so Kylie and I both were waiting for Wade to hit rock bottom.
Yes.
Like throughout the entire season, we're kind of like, is it happening? Is this it?
Yeah.
Like, can it get worse? Is it going to get better? Like, we thought it was bad when Stuart came over to borrow the cooler.
He looked a mess.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Like, I was like, this is it. Like, you use the dude's house to throw a pool party.
Yeah.
You don't, you leave him at your place.
He's clearly
For a movie
begging
night.
for help.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So Wade is talking to the girl at the bar, and he's like, yeah, you know, Marion. She's at a bowling party tonight, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna like play it cool. I'm gonna play it cool. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
So how is, you know, I want to talk about your character because
Yeah.
we sort of loved to hate your character.
Right. Totally.
Because
totally.
we were so pulling for Wade this entire time.
I know.
So how did you feel about playing Marion?
I mean, I love it. I was just saying earlier, after every episode, my mom texts me, "Stop being so mean to Wade."
Oh, I love that.
Like, oh my gosh, it's not my choice, but I mean, it's amazing. And one of my favorite things about it is how similar we are. That Wade and Marion, like, we really tried to. You see so many couples on television, and one is this way and one is this way, and they're totally different. And I love seeing couples who are so similar, actually. We're both trying to find ourselves. We're both desperately sweet and really, kind to each other. We love each other, that whole thing. My shirts are really something.
Yeah, we were just talking about
your hair, your whole look.
If there was ever like a mom wardrobe,
yes,
the mom, like not quite Stepford, like she could be in like a JCPenney.
I was gonna say JCPenney.
Yes.
Yeah, you are wearing it.
Yes. And I'm really sad we didn't get to see the bowling party tonight, because I really think that would have been awesome.
Did you shoot
No.
a bowling? Oh.
I would have liked to have
great.
seen your outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sure that it would have been a printed bowling shirt with Marion on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
In a team called like the Pink Ladies or something.
Yes.
And she'd be drinking like a cider. I don't know. I'm just like imagining.
No, Pinot.
Right.
Oh, Pinot.
nice guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
like a glass of wine or something.
Definitely wine at the bowling
But
alley.
I was just, I don't know, I was happy to see Wade, and sort of Jessica was like pumping him up a little bit, like, oh, you look good, and we saw that he started working out.
Yeah.
And I think that his whole plan was to sort of, try and get you back.
Yeah.
And he's, trying to lose weight. I mean, you guys have a kid together.
I know.
That's the thing that really hits home for me.
Yeah.
Because he loves you, but he loves your daughter.
Yeah, and throughout the first season, you've seen him use so many different tactics. I mean, one of my favorites is the officer and a gentleman.
Yep.
When he comes to my work, and he tries to play it cool, and he tries to work out, and he tries to, not play it cool, and it's just amazing to watch him suffer and try all of these different tactics.
That I was just gonna say, that's my favorite scene, is watching you struggle to finish your job, but the last thing you want to see at work is Wade with a bouquet of flowers.
Yeah,
you are not having it.
What a nightmare. I'm on the phone, I'm trying to do a good job, and there he is.
Okay, so let's put ourselves in the situation, because we did this already. So, Jen, if a guy did that, what would your response be? Now he's trying.
For him.
He's trying.
Yeah, I mean, what did you say when he came up behind you? I mean, I think you cursed.
I'm pretty sure I said the F word.
Yeah. I wouldn't have done that.
Right.
I think I would have just felt so bad because he's so sweet.
Yeah.
Not that I would just say okay, but I almost feel like I'd let him a little easier.
Yeah.
A little.
Well, there was a scene, the scene in the cafeteria where we have coffee right after. That scene was cut down so much, and it was such a lovely, there was a long, heartfelt conversation. It was lovely, and there's so many great things on the show that it was cut for time.
Yeah.
But
well, when he leaves,
sweet.
when he leaves the house this last time,
yeah.
Something in your face, though, that's when I thought, okay, we're going to see a resolution here. We didn't get to it, but
right.
Your look was different. Your look had changed a little bit, so.
Yeah, I mean, as Wade's tactics change, I change. You know?
Yeah, because he was wanting you.
Yeah.
And now.
Exactly.
He's got it in his head.
That's right. Who's chasing who here?
Yeah.
He's doing the play it cool thing. I've done it before, too. It's
We've all done it.
I get a text, I'm going to wait 20 minutes.
We learned that tactic from Stuart, too.
That's right. There were a lot of rules there.
I don't know if we should be taking advice from Stuart.
Yeah,
He's the last person.
I don't know about that.
No. So we get to the first club after Amelia's birthday.
Yes.
And Stuart, again, there were not that many cringeworthy moments in this episode. We're sort of, he's known for that, obviously. Stephen Merchant is really good at the...
Yeah.
But he does show his cheap side once again by trying to bribe the bouncer. I thought it was hysterical that he gave him a $10 bill and he was like, all right, give me $3 back.
Yeah.
$7.
That might be one of my biggest pet peeves about Stuart. I get angry about him and how cheap he is.
Yeah.
It's to a whole new level.
Well, look at his house. He lives in a really great house.
Yeah.
He's apparently an affluent web designer. He came he came from Europe to here to sort of, I guess, manifest his dreams, you know, as we see in his list of dreams and hopes. But it like killed me. And then he lied about Kives.
Right.
And just to lie about a guy in a wheelchair, like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
And I bet Kives, with the amount of swag that he has, could have gotten them in the line for free.
Right.
Yeah.
I kind of was hoping that he would have like rolled up and been like, yo, I'm Kives, let us in. Or, you know, done his magic. And then just, you know, totally shut out Stuart.
Again, I think it's a pride thing with those two especially, because I feel like Stuart battles with Kives, and I know that Kevin sort of touched on this last week when he was here, but he was saying how, you know, Kives was Wade's friend, and he was sort of brought in as like a third party, and because he gets so many women, and he's at a obvious physical disadvantage, and Stuart is at no physical disadvantage, and he hasn't been laid in like 3 years. Like, obviously, Kives is taking home a new girl every night. He gets carried up the stairs. Like, come on.
No,
he's got it going on.
Yeah.
I know.
I really enjoy their moments of love-hate as well. And we talked about that with him as well, that it's a fun dynamic because it's almost like, why are they friends? And Wade is the one that brings them together. And it's just, the whole cast, I feel like it's this odd group of people who kind of really shouldn't be together, but they are.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it, is it's not friends, it's the girl renting from you.
Exactly.
It's the friend of the friend, and you wish your friend would stop inviting this friend. You know, so it's perfect. Yeah.
So we end up going to the first house party, and that is in the hills. And Stuart realizes that Kimberly is not there after they sort of drive around, which I found out was the Griffith Park because Kevin had mentioned it. They like drove around Griffith Park for hours, just like okay, in like Stuart's beat up ass BMW. So they go to the house party, and Jessica gets the bad news.
Yes.
I mean, has that ever happened to you guys? Like, you're out at a public place, you get the call, and it's just awful.
Yeah, I mean, getting terrible acting news out in public, sure. You know, and everything, I've talked to Christine about this, it's just, what a nightmare, you know, and we've even joked, like, are they writing this about us? You know, it's just, it's devastating. As an actress watching that, it's just devastating.
You just feel for her, like, ugh. She had a lot of really, like, heartfelt moments in this episode.
She
you
was
know,
vulnerable.
it wasn't, and I really liked seeing that. Like, you just really felt for her through it, but.
Yeah, and I mean, she hasn't worked in so long. She wants to be an actress. She wants to be a writer, and it's just fail, and she won, and then they took it away.
It's obviously so Jen, it's an accurate depiction of what happens in the industry. Sort of, you can have it in your hand, and then
it just goes away.
Yeah.
Someone just takes it from you. Yeah.
I've had a couple of jobs where I got it, and then they took it away.
Yeah. Wow. I've had that happen as well.
It's a bummer.
I think
then I got it back once.
look at you.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
I think when that moment happened, the first thing that popped into my head was, oh God, she's gonna have to see Amelia and deal with this.
Yes.
And she announced it too soon. She gloated about it a lot, and you know, she was excited and she was proud, and I probably would have done the same thing too. But it's like, oh, you counted.
Yeah.
Well, when you think about it, I mean, it was in the trades.
It was in the Hollywood Reporter.
She had a Hollywood Reporter article like plastered. Like, obviously, as soon as I hear good news, I'm like, social media, let's get it. Let's do this. I want people to know.
And she had already shot, she said, for a week with Todd.
Todd.
LL Cool J.
Right.
That was a great
I love it.
We didn't touch upon that, but that was so Wade and Jessica decide to leave the party because they're both sort of sad. Wade is looking to hopefully go see Marion at the bowling alley.
That's right.
He will not stop mentioning that. Every word out of his mouth was, well, after this, you know, we could stop by the bowling party.
Right.
I'm gonna leave when I'm winning.
Right.
Leave her wanting more.
Yeah, and it was perfect. It started, I'm not going at all, to maybe I'll stop by, but I won't talk to her, and then I need to go talk to her at the bowling party.
Well, Jen, how did you feel about the exchange between Wade and Stuart?
Well, okay, I'm glad we're talking about that because I thought about that right away. I was so proud of him because I felt for the first time he actually didn't let Stuart walk all over him. And it was like, I was good for Wade.
Yeah.
That was his moment.
That was his moment.
This was a very, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, this was a very empowering episode for Wade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on the way up.
I mean,
maybe.
It's sort of like everyone
we
else
all
was
want to
down.
root for him. I mean, I hope he's on the way up. I
Well,
hope
he
Marion
cropped a photo.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
And he took his wedding ring off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was a BFD. Oh my God.
He's not getting pushed around anymore.
It's in my heart.
He's finding himself.
So vulnerability was another big thing that we saw in this episode. We finally see Jessica cry.
Oh.
And that to me, I was sort of waiting for it because there are so many parallels between Jessica and Stuart's character. Like they're so alike. They're just going through different things. And I mean, I personally still want them to end up together. I don't know how the Raiders feel about that, but that's what I want. I don't know if that would make for a boring show, but it was so heartbreaking to see her just break down and then for Glenn not to be there.
Yeah.
Glenn the douche.
Yeah,
the douche.
She loses everything. Yeah.
It was, and then he was at the party with Stuart, and to me, like, there's just, if I were Stuart, I would tell, especially if I was interested in Jessica, because I think that from what transpired between him and Kimberly, he got to the party, they got a little drunk, she's like, let's go down to the beach. He has her naked, essentially.
Yes.
And then there's sort of this wonderful moment where he reaches in his pocket and he takes out the container of mints, and it's all full of stars, and it's hers, and he holds it and he runs his finger over it. Like, that to me, I mean, I love when Steven shows emotion.
Yeah.
And like, because Stuart is just such, I hate him. I just hate him. Like, we talk about how we see guys like that all the time, and people that come up to you make you feel super uncomfortable. You can't recover from it. You're like, oh, you feel awkward. But for that moment, I felt it.
Yeah.
Stuart, continually, episode after episode, we have called him a selfish jerk. And I was filled with so many warm and fuzzies when he started to pull his pants back up. And I was like, yes, he has a soul.
He's showing he has a soul. Yeah.
Totally.
And for the first time, we see Stuart do something not for Stuart.
Yeah.
And that was a great moment and a great feeling. And if there is a season 2, I would like to see if he grows a little more.
Yeah. That was just pitch perfect, the vulnerability and he was naked, you know what I mean? Like, it's so vulnerable, naked in the dark, and perfect.
And I love that she's literally like diving in the waves.
Totally.
I was worried she was gonna drown.
I know.
I bet you, like, there's gonna be some fan that redoes the video and there's like a dun dun dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun, just red, everywhere. Because I feel like that would happen to her.
Right.
Like the ultimate end.
Yeah.
Like Stuart's girl dies. It's like what else can happen?
Yeah,
Like,
what
honestly.
Right.
What else
She
is
was
gonna
very
happen?
interested in swimming.
Yes.
Very active swimming.
Very active.
It made her laugh a lot. I've never heard anybody run down a beach, wasted or not, giggling that much.
She loved it.
Yeah.
She loved it.
She loved it.
She
We all
loves
know
the water.
Kimberly is one of the smartest people on the show.
Yes.
She loves alien documentaries.
That's right.
And Jennifer's character sort of saves the day for Kives.
Right.
I'm sure she maybe got lucky at the end of the
I
night.
was gonna say, I
Took
wonder
a ride in the chair, if you will.
That's right.
Sorry, I know you're. Hi, husband.
I think Kives had a happy ending.
That's right. The final Kives conquest.
That was his final moment. Yeah.
I like it.
I know. Oh, this show. So everything sort of wrapped up nicely with this.
Yeah.
We're so happy that you guys have been watching our show. We want you to give it 5 stars on iTunes, download our podcast, click. We will all be tweeting, so find all of us on Twitter.
Yes.
But before we go, I want to talk a little bit about both of you, since you're here. So both of you ladies have done a ton of TV, movies, whatnot. What has been your favorite thing to do? Why don't we start off with you, Crista?
I would have to say this is right up there. Wow. I mean, just a dream come true to work with this cast. I mean, that was really what got me the most excited. And then this TV show in particular, it's so in line with my sensibilities, and it's what I think is funny. So I would say this is right up there.
And you're actually, you have a movie coming out, right?
I do. On demand December 26th and in theaters January 31st. It's called Best Night Ever.
Ooh.
You guys are going to have to check out the trailer.
Absolutely.
It's pretty amazing.
The trailer's pretty exciting.
Well, if you watch the YouTube video of this podcast, I will post the clip of the trailer underneath of it.
Oh, awesome.
So what about you, Jen?
You know, recent in I guess in two aspects. So in the comedy aspect, I mean, this was great. Obviously, Kevin is amazing and such a nice guy. And then recently I worked on Scandal, which was like my dream show. So that was just really great. And I loved it. And I snuck off set a little bit and walked through the White House press room and took photos like a fan. I was like, this is just too cool not to. Like,
Can you say that?
I think so. Okay. I hope so.
The FBI's waiting for you.
Yeah, no. The director knew. The director was
good,
there.
good.
He was laughing at us, you know. But yeah, I just dream show.
Love it.
So a lot of us are aspiring to be something. You know, Kylie and I are aspiring hosts and just all around great people we aspire to be. So if you guys had any advice for aspiring actors, what would it be?
Yeah. What do you got?
Stay away from bad people like
Like Glenn?
like Glenn, or just don't feed into the hype of that, because I think that can get really easy to. There's a lot of people like that out here, but we're not all like that.
Yeah. I like it. And I would just say stick with it. And evolve. You know, never get stuck in this is what I'm doing, this is the right way, but constantly evolve to be better at what you do.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
And to sort of wrap up the show, we can't really tease another episode because we don't know the future. It's ... to be continued.
Yeah.
So for our fans, we're always looking for the inside scoop here at AfterBuzz. So I was wondering if you could reveal maybe an on-set secret and maybe a secret about the day that you were on set. Something that you can reveal, because they love to feel like they're on the inside, our fans, and we love it.
Let's see. An on-set secret.
Like, I don't know what goes on
I know,
set, but
I know.
You know, practical jokes, funny, quirky things that we may not know about some of the characters in real life.
One of my favorite parts of working on set is my daughter, Reese, who plays Cassidy. She's just the loveliest little girl. And, you know, I have a lot of sad parts and where she's like right off camera sort of watching me. And every time I would cry, you know, during a scene or something, the director would say, okay, cut. And she would run over to me and give me a big hug and say, you're the best TV mommy ever. And then she would tell me I did such a good job. And it was just always so funny that was sort of the reset, you know, is
that's
me crying
sweet.
and her sort of cheering me up and saying, you're so good.
The reset.
It was so good. That was my reset.
Jillian's starting comedy, I guess.
I know, guys. See you at the comedy store this weekend.
Yeah, it just sort of warmed my heart that she was so sweet.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet little girl.
What can you dish?
Well, I mean, I was there for a day, so I don't have a lot. I can just tell you something funny that happened.
Yeah.
So, you know, Kevin is in a wheelchair in the show, and I was having, you know, just to like push him up this thing, and the first couple of times they actually had to build a little like ramp thing because where the sidewalks like connected, I just smashed into like the wheelchair just sort of banged right into it really loudly, and he sort of lurched forward, and then we had to stop, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I need to be like learn how to do this better, but they had to like make it, you know, smooth so that we had a smooth transition, but it kept happening, and the poor guy, he was so sweet, he just kept jerking. You know?
I mean, listen, that chair, that thing is a custom.
Yeah.
Yes, he told me.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And he wears it well. He rides in it well. He makes it look like he's been in it all his life.
Yeah, no, I asked him, like, did you have to do, like, learn, like, specific things to be, because it's not, you know, it's not easy. It's difficult, you know, to move them around. And he was twirling it around.
Yeah,
and, like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, ladies, I want to thank you both for being here tonight. We
Thanks
had a
for
fabulous
having
time.
us.
I feel like this is such a bittersweet ending.
I know.
We don't know when we'll be back, but please continue
Fingers
to watch
crossed.
our show and share it. Okay, so at the end of the show, we talk about where we can find you, ladies. So where can our fans find you?
You can find me at CristaFlanagan.com.
Perfect.
I don't have a website. But I have Twitter.
Twitter, yeah.
Good,
What's
good.
your Twitter handle?
Jennifer Peo.
Perfect.
Easy enough.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at the Kylie Hodges, or my website, KylieHodges.com.
And you can find me at Jillian Leff on Twitter, at Jilly Leff on Instagram, and please, I also host the American Horror Story After Show on Wednesday night, so be sure to tune into that. The Coven. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being
Thank
here.
you for having us.
It was so fun.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.